top 3 on the record. Most overrated teams for 2022. Coming in at number 3, it's going to be Georgia. Now, guys, you take a look at their schedule, relatively easy. The week 1 game versus Oregon, I expect them to win. I will say there are a few sneaky tough matchups. The tough matchups to me, week 3 at South Carolina, noon game. Georgia, I am predicting, will be upset. Week 3 by Spencer Rattler. That will be their first loss. I also think they lose the neutral site game with Florida. That's their second loss. And then if they make the SEC championship game, they're going to lose to Alabama. That's their third loss. Guys, people underrate how hard it is to repeat as national champions. Stetson Bennett sure isn't going to do it. Let's be real. Georgia is replacing 5 defensive first-round picks. I realize they recruit really well, but it's simply just not Georgia's year, and I will bet any Georgia fan right now that Georgia will not make the playoff. I guarantee it. They're currently FPI number 3 team. I'm expecting them to be ranked 3rd in the AP preseason poll behind Alabama and Ohio State. I guarantee you they will finish lower than 3rd in the final AP poll, guaranteed. They're going to lose 2 regular season games, and then if they make the SEC championship, they're going to lose to Bama too, even with this decently easy schedule. I'm not seeing it this year with Georgia. Nothing against their program. They just won the national championship. Their fans should be happy, but you have to realize it's not going to happen this year. I'm not feeling it, guys. I've been doing this a while. Trust me, it's not happening with Georgia. If you don't believe me, Just watch what happens, guys. Just watch what happens. Georgia, number 3 most overrated team. If you are picking them to go, if you're picking Stetson Bennett to go back to back, oh my God, get real. I don't think. Well, actually, I haven't seen many people predict Georgia to win the national title, but I do see them being predicted to make the playoffs. So they are my number 3
chances
team.
UGA repeats
0, like not even 1%. I don't think they repeat an appearance in Atlanta, let alone win the SEC, let alone repeat to the playoffs, let alone repeat a national championship. I think they have a dramatic fall off.
I wanted to ask you who has more wins. This is my death being pointed out at you. Who gets more wins this year, Texas or Georgia?
Oh, fuck.
I love springing questions on you, Zach. It wasn't in the notes, dog. You don't have to answer that one. It wasn't. I did that just to fuck with you.
Who gets more wins, Texas or Georgia? I'm going to go on a limb here and say this is the odds on. It's like betting on putting your chips on 0 in roulette. I think they tie at about 9 wins.
Bro.
9-3. I think they both go 9-3. And if I had to pick one, I'm going to go Texas just because they play in the Big 12. Oklahoma's down without a quarterback, and I know they got to transfer, blah, blah, blah. But I do believe that Sark will get it done. So if death beam put it at me, I have to pick one. I think Texas has more wins than Georgia, point blank. Put your chips on it. I don't know if you can bet that, but if you can, that's where my money goes.
That's why that's such a good question, because it's because Texas has Bama that they play, so I think that could be a lot. It's a good one, and then obviously I'm really curious to see. I'm really curious that week 1 game. I want to see what version of Georgia we're gonna get. If Stetson Bennett is capable of making a stride and showing flashes of being an NFL quarterback. Okay, I tried.
What? A
Dude,
CFL quarterback? An AFL quarterback?
I'm just trying to
NFL.
Look, I'm just trying to debate, bro. They told me to stop being a yes fan.
Like the National Flag League? What the fuck is that? What NFL?
All right, bro.
If Stetson Bennett takes a meaningful snap in the NFL, I will start a fucking OnlyFans.
Bro, all right. Zach
I'm like Georgia.
It's
lost
like it's the NFL.
Everyone on defense, and that doesn't mean they might not be really good on defense. But to project them at number 1 right now is stupid. To project Michigan to be better than Ohio State is just stupid. It's not because they won't be. They might be. They might beat Ohio State, but that's based on nothing. They lost Aiden Hutchinson. They lost David, whatever his name was, the other defensive end.
Ajobu. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Njobu.
Ajobu.
They lost a ton on defense. To say that they're going to be as good this year is just fucking dumb. Again, could they develop in training camp? Could they become a dominant defense? Of course they could. We'll keep an eye out. We'll watch. We'll see. But right now, The projection is just dumb and it's lazy. It's just basing it off of last year's success. That's why we won't do it, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it. I mean, a proper top 25 is Bama 1, Ohio State 2, and then whoever you want it for. I believe is the
You
proper
cut out
way
on me.
to
So
do it.
you think it's Bama 1, Ohio State 2. Who's at 3?
Georgia 3, and
I
then
disagree.
whoever you want it for. You say you disagree.
Yeah, I don't think Georgia's 3. Based on what?
Well,
They
I
lost
guess.
all their receivers. They have an average quarterback, and their whole defense is gone.
Well, I think
Again,
it's more
not-
about I think it's more about the gap from 2 to 3. Like, who else is there to even fill in there at 3?
Well, I mean, you'd have to say by the same token, USC is somewhere up there, right? They got a big time quarterback transfer,
Mhm.
this Lincoln Riley offense. If their defense can improve with the landscape of the Pac-12 and their schedule, you'd like to think that they would be up there, right?
Yeah, 3 or 4. I mean, if they
I guess
played
my
today-
point is based on preseason hype, which is all bullshit. I don't see the case for Georgia being better than USC today. Now,
Okay.
Georgia probably will end up being better than USC. I'm not saying they won't be, but to sit here and say right now, based on just pure projections and a bunch of bullshit, that Georgia's better than USC, that's nonsense.
No, that's fair. I just think I mean, their talent index is so high, so I have them 3, and then I would have USC 4, A&M